Hello and welcome to Foot News. We are live right in the middle of a week packed with explosive news. From the world of Brazilian football, where coach Carlo Ancelotti is making a bold and unexpected move that has fans buzzing, to the American spectacle of the NFL, which is kicking off its new season with a historic game. And as if that wasn't enough, rumors are flying about a certain pop superstar's potential arrival in Brazil, not for a concert, but for the most talked about NFL game of the year. This is a week of change, anticipation, and major headlines. Stay with us to get all the exclusive details, and don't forget to subscribe to Foot News so you don't miss a thing. Ancelotti's bold move: Brazil unleashes an offensive squad against Chile. Brazil's national team is ready to attack in their match against Chile at the Maracanã Stadium. In his final training session at Granja Comary, coach Carlo Ancelotti repeated an offensive formation with 4 attackers, setting up Brazil in a 4-2-4 formation for Thursday's clash in the 17th round of the qualifiers. This game will also be their last in Brazil before the 2026 World Cup. In a training session that was closed to the press, the Italian coach kept the lineup of Alisson, Wesley, Marquinhos, Gabriel Magalhães and Douglas Santos, Casemiro and Bruno Guimaraes, Estevao, Rafinha, João Pedro and Martinelli. Ancelotti focused on defensive set pieces and then guided the team through offensive drills, emphasizing a lot of mobility among the front 4. This formation is similar to the one that secured Brazil's spot in the World Cup with a win against Paraguay back in June. In that game, Vini Jr. and Matheus Cunha rotated in the central forward position, creating space for Rafinha to make runs. It's no coincidence that the Manchester United forward assisted the Real Madrid player's goal in their 1-0 victory. This time, Brazil will have Martinelli on the left, with Estevao and Rafinha alternating between the right wing and the center. João Pedro will be the central reference, known for his high mobility. The coaching staff wants Brazil to attack with high volume and use Wesley frequently for overlaps on the right flank. The national team delegation is leaving Teresópolis today for Rio de Janeiro, where they will spend the night in a hotel. Brazil faces Chile on Thursday at 9:30 p.m. Brasilia time, at the Maracanã. With 25 points, the Seleção holds third place in the standings, behind Ecuador only on goal difference. Argentina, with 35 points, leads the group and cannot be surpassed. Brazil will finish the competition next Tuesday against Bolivia in El Alto, at an altitude of 4,100 meters. Will Taylor Swift come to Brazil for an NFL game? Rumors stir up fans. Rumors that singer Taylor Swift might appear in Brazil this week are raising fans' hopes, but not for a concert. Instead, she might show up on the football field. This Friday, Brazil will host an NFL game between the Los Angeles Chargers and the division rival Kansas City Chiefs at the Neoquímica Arena in São Paulo. The singer's fiancé, Travis Kelce, is one of the Chiefs' biggest stars and a top player in the American Football League. The big question is whether Taylor will come to watch the NFL game at the Corinthians Arena. Still, not all fans, also known as Swifties, are convinced the artist will return to Brazil so soon, especially after her recent visit in 2023. Let's break down the arguments for and against a potential visit from Taylor. Why Taylor Swift might be in Brazil. Supporting her fiancé. Since the start of her relationship with Travis Kelce, Taylor has attended over 20 of his games and the U.S. fans are speculating that she would want to be there for his first game after their recent engagement. Corporate rumors. There are also rumors that a Brazilian company is working to secure Taylor Swift's presence in a VIP suite at the Neoquímica Arena, which would support the idea that she could make an appearance. Why Taylor Swift might not be in Brazil. No international game history. All the NFL games Taylor has attended have been in the United States. There are no records of her watching Kelce play in other countries. The media circus. Another important factor is the debate among NFL fans that her presence in the stands would overshadow the game itself. This has happened many times during U.S. broadcasts when the pop star was watching a Chiefs game. Recent tour trauma. Taylor's last trip to Brazil for her 2023 The Eras Tour was a difficult one. A fan tragically died from heat exhaustion during a show, and the way Taylor handled the situation frustrated and drew criticism from some Brazilian fans. New album release. The most skeptical Swifties believe she won't come to Brazil because she is focused on promoting her new album, The Life of a Showgirl, which is set to be released in October. NFL Week 1. Where to watch every game. The new season of the National Football League (NFL) kicks off this Thursday, September 4th. For all the fans out there, we've put together a complete list with broadcast times, Brasilia time zone, and where to watch every single one of the 18 games for Week 1. This year, the broadcast will be split between ESPN, Disney+, SporTV, Globo channels and Read TV. In addition to the NFL Game Pass, which offers full coverage of all games and the Red Zone service, highlighting the most important plays from simultaneous games. Here is the complete schedule. September 4th, Thursday. Eagles vs. Cowboys, 9:20 p.m. SporTV 2/NFL Game Pass. September 5th, Friday. Chiefs vs. Chargers, 9 p.m. SporTV/GoodTV/Gazette YouTube/NFL Game Pass. September 7th, Sunday. Colts vs. Dolphins, 2 p.m. NFL Game Pass. Jets vs. Steelers, 2 p.m. ESPN 3/Disney Plus Basic Plan/NFL Game Pass. Jaguars vs. Panthers, 2 p.m. NFL Game Pass. Saints vs. Cardinals, 2 p.m. NFL Game Pass. Commanders vs. Giants, 2 p.m. GoodTV/NFL Game Pass. Falcons vs. Buccaneers, 2 p.m. NFL Game Pass. Browns vs. Bengals, 2 p.m. NFL Game Pass. Patriots vs. Raiders, 2 p.m. NFL Game Pass. Seahawks vs. 49ers, 5:05 p.m. SporTV 2/NFL Game Pass. Broncos vs. Titans, 5:05 p.m. NFL Game Pass. Packers vs. Lions, 5:25 p.m. ESPN 3/Disney Plus Basic Plan/NFL Game Pass. Rams vs. Texans, 5:25 p.m. NFL Game Pass. Bills vs. Ravens, 9:20 p.m. SporTV 2/NFL Game Pass. September 8th, Monday. Bears vs. Vikings, 9:15 p.m. ESPN 2/Disney Plus Premium Plan/NFL Game Pass.